Hello? Hello? This is Mr. Airhose sending out a transmission from the SWOT Enterprise from somewhere in the Mazzaroth system. I am sending out a code 1414 to anyone willing to receive. Again, that is a code 1414 for anyone willing to receive. I have left Sector ZZ plural Z Alpha in an attempt to find a habitable system considering a failed light mission in which the attempted delivery was rejected. While this may have been the result of an oversight on my part in being inconsiderate towards the planet's inhabitants engaging in what may be considered a less than tactful approach, the reason for the rejection of the delivery remains unclear. I am currently seeking any stations or docking bays willing to aid my journey by supplying fuel for my ship so I can continue my voyage into the cosmos. In exchange, I will hear your stories and spread any information you find necessary through the airwaves. If there are any intelligent life forms out there, please lock into the radio signal 316 for... Oh. Hello? Hello, yes. Yes, your signal is coming through, but it's not quite clear. Maybe try sending an independent transmission. Yes. Okay. Yes, receiving transmission now. Yes, Sonder, an experience I have become well acquainted with in my travels, the realization that each individual has a story so infinitely complex within their own lives, with fears, hopes, success and failure, heartbreak, and experiences of love, and memories. So many memories. What do we do with the memories? Yet in my own passing observation I see them seemingly confidently continuing their journey as a character in mine, yet the hero in their own. Yes, visions of grandeur truly have replaced imposter syndrome with a certain amount of credibility, I suppose. Nonetheless, I must continue my journey as I am receiving another transmission more near to my location. Receiving transmission.
And faded lights, even the moon's going dim tonight. Shadows in my eyes, photographs of shattered glass. Since the day I met you, time moves so, so fast, faster than light. And every time I see you, the room spins and fades to black. And every time you walk by, my eyes are pulled down your path like gravity. Change if every regret led me to your side. Oh, if only you could see through my eyes. You never want to change or to go back. 'Cause every time I see you, the room spins and fades to black like gravity. take my hand. It's hard to see, all I need is for you to understand. You're my gravity, my gravity. You're my gravity, my gravity. You're my gravity.
Isn't it just like love to ground us when we begin to drift away? Yes, there are few feelings in the universe like it, perhaps none at all. I've heard it said, to truly love another is the bravest act of the soul. Perhaps love, as an action, truly is the meaning of existence. To love another without expecting anything in return is divine. And to let go as an act of love is a profoundly rich and very painful experience I've come to know. To one degree or another, we've all experienced a form of love, each one convincing us that all previous encounters pale in comparison, but love is not so simple. Its multifaceted nature drives us exponentially to greater degrees of sacrifice and hopes of discovering its depth only to find that it has no bottom. As galaxies seem so infinitely to expand, so too have we yet to find the limits of love apart from those which we place upon ourselves. There's much to be said on this topic. Until next time, as I'm sure love will be revisited, another frequency graces my receiver. Receiving transmission.
Stop for death, kindly stop for me. The carriage held, but just ourselves and immortality. We slowly drove, you knew no haste, and I had put away my labor and my leisure too for his civility. I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. We passed the school where children stroll their recess in the hay. Past the fields of gazing grain, we passed the setting sun. Or rather, he passed us, the dudes too quivering and chill. For only God submerged my gown, my ticket only till. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. We paused before a house that seemed a swelling of the ground. The roof was scarcely visible, the cornice in the ground. Since then, centuries, and yet feels shorter than the day. I first surmised the horses' heads were toward eternity. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me. Because I could not stop for death, he kindly stopped for me.
The great equalizer, the ultimate statistic, the portal to the great beyond. Into the unknown we all must go, past the schoolyard, past the years of toil, past everyone we've come to know. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting. For this is the end of all mankind, and the living will lay it to heart. When a life goes on to buy the farm, so to speak, its beauty becomes all the more evident, reminding us that nothing is in vain, and it's all worth living for. Cherish these moments, these weak days of earning the living, for they will echo into eternity through the hearts of our loved ones, and in the hearts of those brave enough to love us. Until that fateful day, we will amass what we can in order to invest in the coming generations, while sowing to reap the true harvest of our labor into eternity. This transmission reminds me of a news article from the Associated Press of planet Earth. While a person passes on, their body remains, and in Sweden of Earth, they present an interesting option for the respectful disposal of remains. The Associated Press of Earth writes, "Concerns about the environmental impact of cremation and burial has led Swedish firm Promisa Organic AB to a chilling alternative, freezing bodies in liquid nitrogen, then using sound waves to smash the brittle remains into a powder. Bodies would be dipped in liquid nitrogen with a temperature of negative 196 degrees Celsius. Extracted from the supercooled solution, the bodies would be brittle as glass and could be broken down with bursts of sound. The method is based upon preserving the body after death, while avoiding harmful embalming fluid," says Susan Way-Massac, a spokesperson for Promisa. The remains, buried in a coffin, crafted from cornstarch, would take about a year to break down and return to the soil. On top of the grave, you can set a plant that would take advantage of the nutrients in the compost, Way-Massac said, adding that she herself would very much like to become a white rhododendron. And with that, another transmission. Receiving transmission now.
Initiating system protocol. Malfunction. Self-destruct sequence initiated.
What happened, you asked? Well, it would seem you've been introduced to HJ, my frequency defense system, best in the galaxy. Decrypting any system protocol and deciphering any harmful intent, the HJ system then rephrases the transmission in an overwhelming feedback loop and sends it back to the transmitter, initiating a self-destruct sequence. Nothing can get past this baby. A shame to see such a beautiful ship so irreversibly damaged. Remember, kids, Safety first. Time for another transmission. Receiving transmission.
Tossed to and fro by feelings or fate, sometimes I do not know. I find it difficult to navigate the constant ebb and flow. What refuge is there? What security can I find? A shelter sure and steady from the tempest. What rock can I cling to when the winds begin to blow? When the world around is spinning, oh, where can I go? I have fled from your embrace, so loving and sure, and I am afraid to come back, so filthy and pure. Oh, I have tried to brave these storms alone, convinced it was you who left me on my own. But I have found nothing to hold me but pain and fear's embrace. Cold, bitter, comfortless as empty space. Weary, I turn my eyes, afraid to look into yours. Afraid of what I'll find. Surely you're keeping score. How many times have I fled from you? In fear and faithlessness I fled. And by the time I see there's nowhere else to run, that you are a sure foundation, indeed, the only one, I am convinced it's too late to bask in your light. Surely I am no longer a child in whom you delight. But when I finally find the courage to look into your face, I am met, as always, with your all-sufficient grace. And I wonder why it took me so long to come back here, when I know somewhere deep down that I have nothing left to fear. I am faithless, but you are not, and in you I find the refuge I desperately seek from the vicissitudes of my mind. Why do I always run when you are the one thing that is sure, when your faithful love and constant grace continue to endure? You and you alone are the rock that can stand. Shield me and keep me with your ever steady hand.
What better have we to do with our sorrowful philosophies than to so elegantly submit them echoing into the void? We long to be seen. We long to be heard. We long to be understood. I see you. I hear you. I understand. It is no small thing to wrestle with reason. It's not light-hearted or easy. It's heavy. It's difficult. It's worth it. A noble pursuit. Why do we do the things we wish not to do? Why don't we accomplish the pursuit of doing what is good? Levels of understanding plague our weary souls. Keep on. Don't give up. You're doing better than you'll ever know. I'm now receiving a text transmission following up a previous transmission now understood to be from the planet Parthenon, indicating its inhabitants are the continuation of artists, philosophers, poets, and revolutionaries of Earth. The following is a transcript for their sacred text, which they call the Anthologia. In the realm where stars do gleam, a call resounds, a radiant dream, to artists bright with colors bold, to philosophers with wisdom untold. Awake, ye poets with hearts of fire, join the revolution, ascend higher. On Parthenon, where the spirit roams, embrace the song, find your true home. Mountains whisper of ancient lore, rivers sing of what came before, craft your visions, let them soar in this haven forevermore. With brush and pen, with thought and might, together we'll weave day into night, a tapestry rich, a world anew, on Parthenon, where dreams come true. An enticing invitation indeed. Stop in for a deep conversation. Another transmission awaits. Receiving transmission.
DI sees self because I made it. DI itself and self a dreamer, worlds that would elate him. The word was a description of the world and it was magic. He named himself in many forms of effort, place in action. But when the dream is all he wants, then what he wants was something else. That's a vision, birth and start. That's the rising action chart. A simple serendipity call by minds of science doing nothing observation by eye. The motivation is a limit inhibited by the logic of men. Merely attunement by themselves will save them from the madness. But know its function, that's how you use them tools. But what I got is knowing that life ain't that functional. If my life will prove it, do it for the life. If my womb will prove it, stab me in the heart. What they want is to be right, ambiguity be the vibe. Album moment, she my mind, tells away the story line. You might see open doors to the sinful eye. When a king leaves the throne, it's for more or to die. Something wrong with the light machine, something wrong with the icy seam, something wrong with the breath he take. Paramedics, DOA, what he taking? You know say, whose son, God's son, whose son, God's son. Who knows the story has ideas in the making. Whoever know they selves knows God in the flesh. Talk to yourself, let the silences be taken. And remember that you're blessed.
A paradigm shift is an experience or a realization that changes the way we view everything. It may be a close encounter or a profound truth introduced to our understanding that hits us right in the perception. We have two lives, and the second one begins when we realize we only have one. When we see the difference between a boss and a leader, we seek to become servant to all. The greatest king is found on the front lines of adversity, and it is a coward who hides behind the walls of their own kingdom, unwilling to confront the evil that threatens his people. Things to consider as we continue our journey. Receiving transmission. Some interesting news comes my way. In a development that has simultaneously baffled astrophysicists, existential philosophers, and interdimensional traffic wardens, the universe has reportedly experienced a comical anomaly. Sources deep within the Event Horizon Data Collection Agency, EDCA, a notoriously unreliable group known for their fondness for hyper-caffeinated quasar lattes, claim that a previously unquantifiable force has introduced a level of absurdity previously unheard of. Imagine, stammers Professor Quentin Quibble, a theoretical physicist famous for his groundbreaking work on the socio-political implications of string theory, a black hole. But instead of devouring everything in its path with relentless, uncaring gravity, it occasionally throws out a rubber chicken. It's unsettling. The nature of this cosmic clowning, as it's been dubbed by certain corners of the Galactic Journalism Enthusiasts Guild, is still largely unknown. Some speculate it is the result of a previously undiscovered Higgs-boson cousin, one that interacts with reality in a way best described as mildly embarrassing. Others, taking a more pragmatic approach, believe it's simply a matter of enforcing universal responsibility. Perhaps the universe is trying to tell us something, ponders noted self-help guru and crustacean enthusiast Jetson Pardoner, speaking from an undisclosed location, presumably due to his apparently controversial stance on galactic ethics, that chaos is not only inevitable, but sometimes necessary, and maybe funny? We must face the responsibility of cleaning our own cosmic mess, starting with, perhaps, picking up all those rogue socks that keep disappearing into alternate dimensions. Adding fuel to the already roaring fires of speculation, reports have surfaced of celestial bodies receiving fines from an unknown authority, possibly also being generated from the black hole anomalies. Planets are being issued citations for illegal orbital parking. Nebulas are being slapped with excessive cosmic dust violations. And at least one rogue asteroid has been accused of public indecency for lack of proper atmosphere. EDCA has released a statement urging the public to remain calm and to avoid feeding the black holes rubber chickens. They have also warned against arguing with the interdimensional traffic wardens, saying they're surprisingly adept at quoting the Universal Bylaws, paragraph 72-G, subsection Alpha Delta Omega. As the universe continues to navigate this bizarre new reality, one thing remains clear. The meaning of life, the universe, and everything is now even more complicated, and potentially a little bit more funny. The galaxy is a big place. This story goes to show that it's far bigger than we can ever hope to know. But what I do know is another transmission is coming through. Receiving transmission.
Goodbye.
Relationships are complicated. Everyone in every galaxy experiences this, whether it's the underlying paranoia that comes with encountering strained relationships in the past when considering current encounters, or simply the fear that one's own contributions will fall flat and be one day dismissed and forgotten. The struggle is universal. People come and people go, but every once in a while, someone stays. Commitment to the betterment of another is of the sweetest of feelings, whether felt or reciprocated, and sometimes when we're ready to say goodbye, one more day may solidify a relationship even into eternity. Or perhaps we contain all the necessary context that would lead us to step into an existence minus the presence of one person. Have you ever experienced déjà vu? To let go as an act of love is a profoundly rich and very painful experience I have come to know. I wish you the best. Receiving transmission. Just touched down for a pit stop at an asteroid with a mining facility after seeing a particularly menacing-looking ship orbiting nearby, partly out of curiosity and partly out of concern as the platform looked to be experiencing some sort of electrical surge. As I was exiting my ship, I saw two curious-looking creatures pass by one another, uttering the following mysterious exchange of words. One said to the other, "Can I borrow some milk?" To which the other replied, "Only if I can borrow some salt." They then proceeded to perform a seriously complicated and well-practiced handshake, after which they simultaneously gazed at me as if I had just witnessed something as an unworthy and unwelcomed bystander, causing me to consider taking my chances with the menacing ship rather than to have to weasel my way through the initiation into some sort of galactic cult. The strange thing about the interaction was that neither milk nor salt was exchanged. Goodbye, Astro Cult. Hello, menacing ship. For all that can be said about the vastness of space, true travelers will never find themselves without a story to tell. Speaking of which, receiving transmission.
I feel like it's missing something. I don't cry no more. I just sit in silence and pray I feel again. I got lost feelings, started to turn cold. Used to love G, now I barely got a soul. Used to cry at night, now the tears don't roll. Guess pain got known when the story got old. I've been running from the past, can I run fade? Looking in the mirror, but I don't see fade. try to find God, but it feels so far. All these scars on my chest where the memories are. Lord, let us in our ashes. I don't open up no more. She said forever, then she did. Let my heart on the floor. Now I'm numb to affection, detached from connection. I smile for the brain, but inside it's depression. These days I don't chase, I detach and drip. Trust turned fake, now my God don't shed. Used to dream of a home, now I dream of peace. Love her more than the streets ever did to me. I used to write poems to feel alive. Now I scribble deadlines to survive. Told my mama I'm good, but I lied. Only thing real now is the pain I got lost feeling started turn cold. Used to love D, now I barely got a soul. Used to cry at night, now the tears don't roll. That's pain God known when the story got old. I've been running from the past, can I run fade? Looking in the mirror, but I don't see the fade. Try to find God, but it feels so far. All these scars on my chest where the memories are. Ayo, love, used to feel like sunlight on skin. Now I feel like storms that never end. I don't blame her, I blame the road we was in. Where loyalties red hearts just pretend. I used to beg for a test, now I put my phone down. Used to see love, now I only see sound. These melodies know me, beats keep me sane. If I ain't rapping, I'm trapped in the rain. God, if you hear me, talk back just once. Let me know these tears ain't just for nothing. Let me know this pain gon' go into something. Cause I'm tired of feeling like I feel you nothing. I got lost feeling started turn cold. Used to love you, now I barely got a soul. Used to cry at night, now the tears don't roll. Gas pain got known when the story got old. I've been running from the past, can I run fake? Looking in the mirror, but I don't see fake.
This wild life causes us to bounce back or bounce backward. When asked the question, what about trauma? One of those unidentifiable moon gurus spoke up, replying, essentially, you are finding an excuse for the way that you are which you yourself don't like. See, if something unpleasant happens to you, you have two choices. Either you become wise or you become wounded. Choose. More unpleasant things have happened to you than anybody else. You must be the wisest man soonest. No, you choose to be wounded, because you carry this wound like a badge, so that you can cause the same wound to others. What's the point? When you know the pain of it, how can you do the same thing to me? This was a profound and very uncomfortable observation. As always, keep on keeping on. We're all learning. I choose to hold nothing against you. Onward with another transmission. Receiving transmission.
I'm trying to be the only person who can make do. So when you get happy, I'm in the same mood. No arguing cause it leads to apologizing and it peace. And I progress, I ain't mean. It's only stress like a bee. Sting with regret what I mean. Let's argue less and relieve each other chest with a seam. But flourish like a tree in the forest, let's believe everything we dream will come into reality. We won't be each other's anchor, you can be my wing. I fly you out of danger if that means across the sea. I take you where me and my true love will meet. In my dreams, maybe you the one, but I couldn't see the fantasy. How it felt at the moment till I told you leave for some peace. How'd I end up going out with other people? My deceit had me scratching at my head, trying to figure out why you want me again. Trying to get around all the pain you've been fed. Took a different route, so
I wish you could see, a little marshmallow-looking thing just crept onto my ship. A cute little guy. Maybe I'll keep him as a pet. Hopefully this won't prove to be too complicated. I am thankful for the safety of the ship. I'm thankful for that previous transmission. I'm thankful for what I know. And I'm thankful that I seem to have passed undetected from the menacing vessel previously mentioned. Anyways, receiving transmission. Idealizing a destination over the journey is fallacious in that it assumes peace cannot be attained until a certain point is reached. It's sort of cliche, I'll admit, to state that it is the journey that makes fulfillment possible. Nonetheless, is it not the journey that prepares us for the destination? How can we appreciate wealth without poverty? Love without loneliness, rest without weariness. These things may come to us before we are prepared, but they may prove to be more of a curse than a blessing without proper preparation. If these may pass our way, may the wisdom of the journey guide us, that we may not find ourselves frivolously wasting away what proper stewardship would allow to last. With one ending comes a new beginning. Receiving transmission.
Area, area. I keep you to regret you. I'm just hoping you smile when I text you. Change me for the better. So glad I met you. Wouldn't be me if I didn't sweat you. Drifting away. Now why would I let you? Rather keep you than regret you. You gon' be sick of me first, I bet you. I know that she know that I know she's special. She drawing me in like a pencil. That baby smile. I freeze her voice, her touch, bring me to my knees. I'm begging you, baby, just bleed. Promise me you ain't gon' leave. Been through the hurt, trial and error. But I feel like we better together. If I'm wrong, prepare for the storm. Dropping these tears like I'm dropping this song. Area, oh, yeah, area. Area, oh, area. I'm just hoping you smile when I text you. Change me for the better. So glad I met you. Wouldn't be me if I didn't sweat you. Drifting away. Now why would I let you? Rather get you than regret you.
Am I stupid? I'm stupid.
Rather get
you think I'm stupid? Please.
I bet on myself every time I'm alone. Close your eyes, sing along to the song. See the pain on both of my arms. Real to G, he keep going strong. Area, area. I just hope you smile when I text you. Change me for the better. So glad I met you. When you hear me.
Remember that you ought to behave in life as you would at a banquet. As something is being passed around, it comes to you. Stretch out your hand. Take a portion, politely. It passes on. Do not detain it, or it has not come to you yet. Do not project your desire to meet it, but wait until it comes in front of you. So act toward children, so toward a spouse, so toward office, so toward wealth. There are multiple sides to every story. A fool takes one side as fact, without hearing the entirety of the matter. That being said, be kind to yourself, knowing your frame is dust, but do not think higher of yourself than you ought, knowing your frame is dust. Take it lightly. It's going to be okay. Let's keep on with another transmission. Receiving transmission.
I've been lost and I couldn't find a way. I was praying for better days. When it's about time, I can't stay or I cannot hesitate. Always had a plan like a businessman, check the files in my case. Want my family to see me shine and catch the stars that I chase. Got a full plate of some can't wait and it got a bitter taste. They say time, it don't wait, but it's time that it takes. And they grind to be great. I'ma shine like a dime no matter how much time it takes. Thanks to God, he made a way. Hard made a go, but it's super cold like times in the rain. Chillin' with my bros, they only know my mind is really great. When it's down to time, we gon' sit and down, reminisce about them days. Had to slay to find a way. Now we chillin' getting paid. This close and peep the flow and hear the words that I say. So much behind my mind in these times of harsher days. Can't hide the pain, so I act sane even though my life has changed. They say they know how my story go, but they wasn't in my place. Yeah, they wasn't in my place. No, they wasn't in my shoes. They only know my smile, so I gotta play it cool. And when they count me out, I'ma make my biggest move like what it is. Ain't nothing new, done seen it all, ain't nothing new.
Of all the things that can be said about life, the universe, and everything, I think the most important thing to remember is everyone is on a journey. Whether we find ourselves gracing the plains of Parthenon with poetic presence, or simply sputtering along into the void as I find myself doing now, every part is important. Gathering data, receiving transmissions, protecting our vessels, calling out, seeking signs of life. There is so much to be thankful for, if only we have eyes to see and ears to hear. It's a wild galaxy we live in, with unlimited stories and experiences to have, to hear, and to understand. We must keep in mind lessons learned and master them to wield in trying times. We must cherish the life that we have, giving what we have before it is no longer ours to give. We must prioritize love as the most valuable of gifts, and wisdom as more precious than silver or gold. And we must keep on. We must keep on. I am convinced that life cannot help but to be beautiful in all of its ugliness and tragedy, as well as I am convinced that there is a place for everyone out there in the cosmos, even me. This is Mr. Airhose signing off. Until next time, Godspeed. Sending transmission.
Well, it's high time I got over this. The weight upon my shoulders says I'll never get relief till I decide to leave. The stars are beautiful today. There's got to be some kind of way for me to find my place somewhere out there in space. I've been thinking how the things inside my head are not worth thinking. Sometimes it just makes it worse. Traveling across the universe, I don't wanna miss my stop. Have mercy on this cosmonaut. 'Cause half the time I think I'll make it, the other half I'm not so sure. Levels burning low, I have to take it slow. I don't wanna miss my shot. Have mercy on this cosmonaut. Well, it's high time I got over this. The weight upon my shoulders says I'll never get relief till I decide to leave. The stars are beautiful today. There's got to be some kind of way for me to find my place somewhere out here